tube came out of tinkering to find the right finesse bait to catch bass when the snow is flying. In that respect, it was a phenomenal success. But when spring rolled around, we found that it worked when the bite was otherwise shut down from wild swings in temperature. It worked for post-spawn lockjaw and summer's clear water conditions too. It just flat out worked every time. And don't let all these nice smallmouth let you think it's only for brown bass. Largemouth won't think twice about gobbling up these little morsels. Here's a summary for picking the right color and rigging method for the little tube. I have a variety of the little tube here, these little 2-inch tubes, because, well, smallmouth eat a lot of these little 2-inch crayfish. This one right here is molting. You can kind of see him trying to back out of his shell right there. He's kind of bulging, and he's going to lose this shell here pretty quickly. But I do want to match the correct size. We currently offer 4 different colors of the little tube, and I think the one that's the best match for this little guy here is this one right here. It's called River Bottom. Sort of a medium brown. He also, at different stages of the molting, they will have different shading. This is a real common color. This one is it's basically green pumpkin with purple flake, because a lot of them have that kind of a bluish or aqua color to him. He certainly has a little bit of that aqua color here in his legs. And my favorite, the one I've caught the most fish on, which is, you know, generally a pretty dark color, we'll call this one dark chocolate. Caught a lot of nice fish on that one. Almost like a little Hershey's Kiss for you, wasn't it? Mmm, tasty. These two are rigged on the standard, you know, size 2 jig head, and we have them in both 3/32 ounce, which is a fairly light head, and 1/8 ounce. Both of them are fairly light. I heavily favor the 3/32 ounce. It snags less. You don't need a whole lot of weight to get such a small profile down to the bottom. So only in really strong current will I use the 8. Now with bigger tubes, obviously you need, you know, quarters and heavier, because there's more surface area to, you know, to catch. This last color right here is called Raven. It's basically black with purple flake. It's got a little bit of blue shine in there. And I got this one rigged on the dragon head. That comes through the rocks and the grass and whatever brush very nicely. That's my favorite for stained water. There are times where, you know, when these are freshly molted, that they do get real dark, and also in the winter they get real dark. So the only way to really tell is to just flip some rocks, find some of these little guys, and just see what they look like today, and then pick the appropriate color of little tube.
I just got my personal best smallmouth with a little tube. Head gone. Or eagle.
This underwater footage of a little tube next to a molting crayfish shows the subtle action that those big bass can't resist. Confidence baits when nothing else works. ConfidenceBaits.net